You know that feeling when your brain is like a browser with just way too many tabs open? You're fascinated by psychology, but you're also trying to learn code. You're diving deep into history, but you're also obsessed with getting fit. Well, society has a word for that: unfocused. It kind of tells you that having all these interests is a weakness, maybe even a curse.
I mean, think about it. From the time we're kids, the pressure is on. What do you want to be when you grow up? And they're looking for one answer, right? A single path. You get handed these boxes: doctor, lawyer, engineer, and the message is clear. Pick one. Specialize. Fit neatly inside. That's supposed to be the safe path.
But what if that's just completely wrong? What if that thing you've been told is a weakness is actually your biggest superpower in the world we're living in right now? Yeah, we're going to flip that script today and show you why your greatest advantage might just be refusing to pick a box at all.
To really get this, we first have to look at the old model, the world that was built for specialists, and understand why it's pretty much become a trap.
Okay, so what's wild about this quote is who it's from. Adam Smith. He's the guy whose ideas literally created the factory model of work. He saw that specialization was super efficient for making stuff, but he also saw what it did to people's minds, to their spirits. It was a trade-off. You get efficiency, you lose a bit of humanity. And we basically built our entire society around that trade-off.
The whole deal was, if you just become the absolute best at one tiny thing, you'll always be valuable, you'll always be secure. But that's industrial age thinking, and honestly, it's dangerously out of date. Because when that one specific thing you do can be done by a robot, or outsourced, or just made obsolete by some new app, well, that safe path suddenly looks pretty shaky.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? It shows the massive shift we're all living through. We are moving from that world on the left to the one on the right. The industrial age paid you for specialization, for following the rules, and for depending on one boss. But this new era, this Renaissance 2.0, it rewards generalization, the curiosity to explore everything, and the freedom, the sovereignty to build your own path.
So, if being a specialist is a trap, what is it that makes being a generalist, a person with tons of interests, so powerful today? Let's get into it.
I mean, who better to learn from than the ultimate polymath, Leonardo da Vinci? He just got it. He knew the real breakthroughs, the real magic, doesn't happen when you stay in your lane. It happens at the intersections, where totally different ideas smash together and create something brand new. He knew everything is connected.
Just think about how the first Renaissance even happened. It was a tech revolution. The printing press came along and just shattered the idea that knowledge was scarce. All of a sudden, books were everywhere. And for the first time in history, one person could realistically learn about a ton of different fields in their own lifetime. This explosion of knowledge created a brand new kind of person, the Renaissance person.
And this is the light bulb moment. The internet is our generation's printing press, but it's on a scale that's almost impossible to imagine. The cost to learn anything has basically dropped to zero. The ability to learn anything, to combine everything, and to create something that no specialist could ever dream of, that power is literally in your hands. We are living in the second Renaissance.
So the takeaway here is that your competitive advantage isn't about going deeper into one thing than anybody else. It comes from your unique combination of things. A designer who also gets psychology, they're going to see user behavior in a totally different way. A salesperson who's into philosophy, they're going to build much deeper connections. It's your personal mix that creates a perspective that nobody else on Earth has.
Okay, so this is all great in theory. Having a lot of interests is a superpower. Awesome. But how do you pay the bills with that? How do you actually turn it into a real career? Well, the answer is to become a creator. This is the question that haunts so many of us, right? We love learning new things, but we have to squeeze it in around a job that probably doesn't care about our passions. We want to be independent, but we feel like we don't have that one marketable skill. So how do we finally merge these two worlds?
The missing piece is something the source material for this explainer calls a vessel. You just need a container, a structure that can hold all of your different interests and focus them into something valuable for other people. Something that lets you get paid for the very act of learning and exploring.
Now, hold on. Before you roll your eyes at the word creator, let's be super clear. This isn't about being a social media influencer chasing trends and likes. No, this is about being a builder. It's about tapping into that fundamental human thing of making tools and solving problems. It means building solutions, building a body of work, and building a real business around your unique mix of interests.
So what does this actually look like? How do you do it? Let's walk through a really simple, actionable blueprint that you can literally start thinking about
today. For a long, long time, the model for making money online was the one on the left. Pick a niche, become the expert, sell your expertise. But the problem is, it puts you right back in a box. It ends up feeling like a second 9 to 5 that you gave yourself. The path for a polymath for someone like you is the one on the right. It's not about picking a skill, it's about documenting your own journey.
Let's break this down because it's so incredibly powerful. Step 1, just pursue your own goals. Whatever you're genuinely curious about, getting fit, learning an instrument, starting a garden, that journey of you getting better at something, that is your brand. Step 2, teach what you're learning as you go. That's your content. And third, once you've figured some stuff out, you package up your process to help other people get there faster. And that becomes your product.
So let's forget about logos and fancy taglines for a second. Your brand in this new way of thinking is the world you create around your interests. It's the whole vibe, the collection of your ideas and your journey. Think of it like an environment you're inviting people into, a place where other people on a similar path can come to get inspired and to transform.
And your content isn't about just adding to the noise. We're all drowning in information. Your real value is being a curator. You find the good stuff. You connect the dots that nobody else sees. By sharing your unique perspective, you become a trusted guide for people who are into the same stuff you are.
And finally, your product. This is not some generic ebook. It's your system. It's the unique method you figured out through your own trial and error to solve a specific problem. That's the whole game. People aren't just buying information. They are buying your specific battle-tested solution because they've watched your journey and they trust your process.
And at the end of the day, this entire blueprint is just about being authentic. It's not about putting on a show or creating a fake persona. It's just about being you, following your real curiosities, and building a little corner of the internet where the cool stuff that comes out of that journey can be found by others.
So, I guess the final thought is this. Your collection of interests, all those open browser tabs in your brain, they are not random, they're not a flaw. They're the unique recipe that makes you, you. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?